Welcome back to Taco Bowler Gaming. My name is Taco Bowler. Today we're continuing our run in Victoria 3, our first run ever in Victoria 3, playing as the United States of America. And we have just won our first war with Mexico, having taken Texas, New Mexico, and Colorado from them. We've also taken Texas itself. And we're working on incorporating the state of Texas, which is a split state. And so that is something we're trying to do. One thing I'm trying to do that I have not yet been talked about is trying to figure out how do I get the intelligentsia and the evangelicals to outvote the southern planters and the rural folk. / how do I get the rural folk to switch switch parties to the Whigs so I can implement things. So we're going to take a look here to the evangelicals, and I think if I can bolster the evangelicals with 200 authority weekly, which I do have, we might be able to get them a little bit higher. I'm going to bolster them a little bit and make that work. Our reserves, our gold, is now going back up as our men should have gone back home after the war. You can see how our balance went down during the war immensely. The gold reserves went down there as well. But everyone went back home, I hope. The conscripts all went back home. And so we're doing a little bit better on that front. We will need to get some more actual troops in New England. Actually, probably that's part of the problem here. But we need to get some actual troops over in the Great Plains, but right now we don't have population in the Great Plains, so hence the massive colonialization stuff that is present, establishing American colonies and all of that. I would love to establish an American colony in Nevada. So that's something there. It's also worth looking at maybe coming in here and making a diplomatic play with the Apache or something along those lines. But right now, we don't really have anything. No possible diplomatic plays are active. I want to let these things go. So we also have 3 things for the tutorial. So this is going to be more of a tutorial thing here. So the first thing here is that we have increased market access by decree. So we need American Colorado. Tell me why. Market access is how well connected your states are to the markets. A state will create 10 sell orders for every 10 goods produced and 10 buy orders for every 10 produced goods consumed. 50% market access would produce 5 buy or sell markets. It impacts the market price, drags your economy down. Specializing, okay. Alright, so we're going to open the market panel. Market. For the American market. Details. Buy orders, sell orders. Okay. Local price conditions can favor some pops over others in a state with high grain. But poor market access, grain will sell for a lower price than the market price. That might make the pop needs in lower strata easier to meet. It will also limit the wages that grain-producing buildings can pay out. In the long run, states with poor market access will fall behind financially. I wonder if that's an infamy thing. Decrees can be used to impose an effect on a state at the expense of authority. The effect will only remain for as long as the decree remains, so you need to choose carefully which decrees to use where, since authority is a limited resource. So that's what I was talking about. You have this much authority. And you can get more from various laws, but right now you have that much authority, and that is it. It's not like monarch power. So that's something that's worth looking at here. So. All right, well, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to try and figure this one out on my own. Infrastructure, no, growing colony. Market. Trade routes? Members? Details? Road maintenance. Yep, road maintenance. There. Boom. So we have to maintain that for 12 weeks. Okay. Next, fix an unproductive building. Alright, so we need a productivity of at least 5 in Indiana, or has been subsidized for at least 1 to 4 weeks. Tell me how. There's no one-click fix for a building's low productivity. Let's have a look at the building's process breakdown, what the issues might be. Indiana, buildings, chemical plants. Here. If the goods on the input side of the process are too expensive, you can focus on reducing their price. This can be accomplished by expanding buildings that produce them or importing those goods to your market. All right. So my guess is that iron has been high. If the goods on the output side of the process are too cheap, you can focus on raising their price. This could be an opportunity to expand buildings to consume those goods, export those goods to other markets, or encourage your pops to consume them instead. Market price has actually been fine. The most straightforward way would be to is to establish trade routes to import the goods you need to export the goods you produce in excess. This building helps smooth out prices and improve the productivity of your buildings. You can export and import goods through the trade lens. If you want to feel free to establish any trade routes you think you might be beneficial to continue, but we will also cover trade more in a future lesson. Different combination of production methods might make the building more productive. More modern production methods are not always better, especially if their goods costs are costly. The impact of a production method on a building's balance is displayed in its tooltip. Okay. This would not produce anything. Alright. That did not help this particular one. Decrees can help increase the throughput of certain buildings. It's often a good idea to increase the throughput of unproductive building itself, since this could mean in more expensive input of goods and even cheaper outputs. Instead, increase the throughput of buildings producing the input goods to the building needs. Okay. If there's no good way to make a building more productive, your economy still needs what the building produces, you can subsidize it. This ensures it will always have the funds required to purchase its input goods and maintain a competitive wage. By covering any budgetary shortfalls from the Treasury, your economic system law decides which buildings you may subsidize. If it falls low enough they cannot hire a productive wage, will naturally adjust the market as their throughput will be effective in lower employment, increases the earnings per remaining employee. If you wish to speed up this process, you can always downsize the building to force the workforce to go elsewhere. Note that this wage will anger pops with ownership shares. Use whatever tools at your disposal to do so. All right. Throughput is at +1. Weekly revenue is there, weekly expenses. All right. Let's take a look at sulfur. We can increase some sulfur mines here. Alright, let's increase a sulfur mine in Iowa. And I want to see if that helps. And now we can establish a trade route. Oh, that's already done. Resolve the input goods shortage and decrease the market price of ammunition. Alright. I don't know why. Trade routes. Establish a connection between two markets to improve the good. Okay, go to the import trade routes. All right, ammunition. You just click an option in the list and market on the map. But before that, let's take a look at why you might want to choose one market over another. Unless you can trade over land with a market adjacent to your own, you need convoys and a port to trade through. The remote market does not require a port, but does require a coastline. Number of seed nodes the route passes through influences its convoy cost. So trading with more markets, remote markets, requires more convoys. In order to trade with a market, you require an active interest in the strategic region. Oh. Okay. The level is predicted level of trade center required to manage the route once it's fully operational. Trade centers do not require construction, but sizes up or down automatically based on the number and size of routes you have. Okay. A higher value is usually a good thing unless you're running so low on workforce in your market capital, you might not be able to maintain it. The amount of trade route is capable of moving is linked to its level. Unless the number of goods you can expect a trade route to trade at full capacity and is based on supply, demand, and profitability of the route. The number of goods traded generates buy orders and sell orders relevant markets. The productivity of a trade route is the amount of profit generated by employees in managing the trade center after tariffs have been collected. Okay. You can sort the list. Establish a trade route to continue. Well, it looks like I can trade with Britain. And that's it. Alright, well, in that case, we need to go over here, and we need to declare an interest over here. I kind of thought this was... let's get rid of Indochina. We're going to get there, and let's get rid of... Indonesia and get here to get New Granada back on the list. And now we're going to go over to trade. And while we're at it, I'm going to try and trade sulfur with the French. Sure. That'll help with this too. What you got? Trade routes. They have paper, hardwood, and artillery. They do have artillery. I'm not really sure what hardwood would do here. We have high tensions with a bunch of nations. We're going to work on that. We need iron, fabric. We do need paper. Paper. But I cannot get to here. Interesting. The papal market, but we can't do this. I think once we get the strategic interest is declared, we'll be able to do that. Okay. Interactions. I can't do anything. Must have an interest in a strategic region where the other country's market is present for the trade to be possible. I do. Thought I did. I wonder if I didn't actually clear it. Yeah, that's there. I don't know. Not sure. But hey, I would like form an alliance. That's not happening, huh? Alright, fine. We are a great power. For diplomacy, we are still reputable. That's good. That's good. Not sure why there's nothing that I can do against the Pawnee here. Alright, so establishing a trade route is completed. Good. Improve access to consumer goods. Many of your pops are reporting that they are having a hard time getting access to fabric. Alleviating these pains for your pops will increase standard of living and help build loyalty. So fabric in the American market is less than 25% more expensive than the base price. All right. Right now, that's not great. So we need a new import route. Let's go from the Ching. All right. All right, so yeah, okay, so we're just now deactivating some of these interests. All right, so now I can come over here, paper, New Granada, not yet. All right, so a technology has been seen here, which is good. Let's go over to technology. I don't know how this works. Nationalism. Okay. Military technology. We have a lot of these already. That's a naval technology side here, so. Shell gun. Field works. Logistics. Rifling. I think we probably should start working on some of this stuff first. Canneries. For food industry. Steel railway cars is a level 3. Alright. Improved fertilizer, steam donkey. Dynamite. All right. The society. Where are we on this? Postal savings. Plus 20% maximum cash reserves. Realism. Let's start researching nationalism. Do that there. Alright, so proposing trade agreement. They still will not do so. I think it's really close. If I could just open the market. Oh. No, that's a diplomatic play. I don't want to do that. Yeah, let's colonize Texas. And, do we colonize Arizona? We cannot colonize Arizona. Really feel like just get that would be fine. There are some that would be a productivity would be fine. So high tensions are all of these. Oh, I don't care. Yeah, unused construction production. Got that. Thank you. Iron, fabric, and paper. Let's get iron. Less expensive. Production. Resources. Iron mines. I'm going to actually start building iron out in on the Great Plains, where we start maybe getting some people to move over there. Gold has been discovered in Arizona. Has it? So what I don't know here is why I can't run any diplomatic plays against these guys. Oh well. We're going to see what these colonies wind up doing here in a few days. This almost seems worse. There is a shortage of iron. Which is fine. Okay. The Great Sioux Nation have launched a native uprising against us. Military. I need the one in the Midwest. Mobilize. I want you around there. For now, I'm assuming that's going to be all that we need to be concerned about. Their war goals is to conquer quite the little bit. Alright, so we do not need to have this decree going any longer, do we? Unless we're finding it beneficial. I would say we don't unless we are finding it beneficial, which I'm not. Alright, we also have increased immigration. Pennsylvania. If the average standard of living is high, that will increase their access here. Migration map mode. How do we do that? Map list. That wasn't it. Oh, I think it's... We're already here. Let's get off of the population. We're going to click on Pennsylvania. Pop standard of living. Okay. State's natural migration attraction is insufficient. You can increase it artificially by using the greener grass campaign decree. All right. If I don't want to. All right. Understand. Okay. Increase infrastructure by railways. No longer sufficient to support its industries. Any building is a railway. Building levels greater than 1. Okay. Makes sense. Building. Railway to 1. There you go. Alright. Let's get out over here. Annexing that country is the war goal. There's no other countries that are worried here. Escalation. Kind of curious if I could just like start it. New Mexico is in turmoil. An active trade route with fabric with the king. Why is that inactive? The duel. Jonathan West has challenged Isaac Hole to a duel to the death. The area surrounding the two figures, the aura, is something out of like a romantic novel. He smiles, been rehearsing this moment. We can let them fight. We can stop it, and both of them have tarnished. Or we should ban dueling. Well, I don't want to do that. We'll let them fight. Jonathan West has died. The canning of Abraham Lincoln. An outspoken abolitionist has been beaten with a cane. Caning of Abraham Lincoln. By John Calhoun, a slave owner. Lincoln's injuries compel him to convalesce and retire from public life, while Calhoun still currently walks free. John Calhoun is removed from office. We want to remove him from office. I want to get rid of him. Definitely want that. They do have the possibility of getting some more troops now. They're up to 5. I'm gonna mobilize Scott too. Like, I'm not really sure how to instigate this without it just moving through. Population. The annual migration is still down. Interesting. Well, let's take a look at their buildings. And I'm curious, textile mills. What does this produce? It produces clothes. Alright, back. First off, do that. Where's my production? What produces fabric? I am assuming that it's cotton plantations. Yeah, they produce fabric. All right. Production. All right. Interactions. They will not form an alliance. That's fine. Still would like to form an alliance with you. Which they would do, but we can't. Because I don't have the maintenance costs. United States of America has researched multilateral alliances. So we both have to do that. Embargo Mexico. Alright, so I think this is just... it goes. We're in a countdown to war now. They're not willing to start it. We're going to go however long we have to go here. I want to see if they're going to actually go to war. They are. They are going to war. There is a battle. Alright, well, looks like we're going to annex the Great Sioux in the next episode. But I have been Takabula Gaming, and I will see you next time, I guess.